we're making a diamond farm in Create mod. This was requested by you guys, the community, so this is very exciting. We're going to try to achieve similar goals to our iron farm from last time, where we want it to be survival friendly, so that's why we have 2 level 9 steam engines that I designed. You can check out the video where I designed those down below. We're going to try to make it efficient, and we're going to try to make it scalable. So how do you make a diamond Create? Well, in base Create mod, you can't. You just can't. But with the Create add-on additional recipes, there is a way to make diamonds. You grow trees, you harvest the trees for their wood, you smelt the wood into charcoal, you compact the charcoal into coal, you compact the coal into a block, you pack the coal alongside some lava into a diamond. Pretty straightforward process. So much like our iron farm, we're going to be building this in modules. That way we can try to expand each module or copy and paste it as needed. Now the first thing this farm is going to need is a wood farm. And the wood farm is very unfortunate because wood farms by their nature are not the most efficient. They have a lot of excess items and it just take a while. So we really want this to be scalable so that way we can produce as much as possible. Alright, so we're going to begin our wood farm. You see here we have a very interesting pattern laid out. What this is going to do is going to prevent the big 4x4 spruce trees from spawning. We're going to still use the spruce saplings because the drops, we won't get apples. And you're going to get a lot of saplings. And they can be very tall, so you'll have a good drop rate of just your normal wood. To build our farm, it'll be pretty simple. It's going to be pretty standard. All you need is a bunch of mechanical saws going across, like so, as well as deployers block up to plant the saplings. In case you didn't know, deployers can place through its own contraption to plant saplings. Do want to make sure we set the placing type here to ensure we are just placing saplings. Connect it all up, put a bit of item voltage on the back, and then a portable storage interface. We need to make sure the whole thing is super glued. Just like so. And you can go ahead and start it up, and we'll be rolling. So of course we don't have any saplings in yet. We can just go ahead and place down a bunch, just to get it rocking and rolling. We can test it at a higher tick speed, make sure everything's working properly, so all the trees grow all in. We're gonna trim them all away. It did leave a block, so it needs to come back and get it back in a moment. There we go, and it'll just start replanting. Set the tick speed back down to 3. So now we just need an item traversal system, as well as sorting out our saplings and sticks from everything else. Shoot into a vault, into a funnel. The funnel just needs to be having logs. Wrench this the right way, and then on the other side, a lava pit, another funnel, and a list filter set to deny. Put everything else down to lava. And that's it for the wood farm module. We're just going to need to copy and paste this a ton, and I mean a ton of times to really get efficient wood growth. And then yeah, we should be set. All right, this is now all set up. I did have to modify some things after a little bit of testing. So first of all, there is an issue with portable storage interfaces. Unless you're pulling directly from them, not with a chute, they will not hold the contraption in place and pull from it. Very interesting issue. Cool thing I did find is you can actually put your output through the little kissy. I don't know, it works. So we're using it. The other thing I noticed is this block, if it was all dirt with the trees growing, it actually wouldn't cut it down because it doesn't stop fully. You can see it stops just like halfway through, so therefore the saws would not work. I will update the schematics with these changes as well. But if we go over here, we can see we're producing around 30,000 logs an hour. Pretty okay, not too shabby. We'll use these logs, which I've been dumping into lava, which we're gonna stop doing now. And we're gonna start producing them into our next things. Namely, we're gonna start turning them into charcoal. Alright, so I had this come to me in a dream, a new way to, oh, hello, tree. A new way to bulk blast or wash. It's very, very small, and it allows you to stack a lot of items on the same spot. The issue when you're dropping items straight out is it will delay, or you're waiting for it to blow. So use a belt to just throw it out at maximum speed, hits this iron bar and sits right here. So we're blasting, it's only one spot, but there's no delay. Like we're just, everything that's possible blast is just chilling here and going into this vault. So it should allow for a very efficient way to blast. Alright, so this is where we'll be packaging our charcoal into coal. So interestingly, we have 9 rows here. This is for a reason, because it takes 9 coal to make 1 block of coal. So we want to process all of our charcoal into a block of coal by the end. To do this, we're just going to have our basins here. They're going to actually be placed the wrong way currently. Make sure we switch them with a wrench to face outwards. And then andesite funnel going in. Oh, don't accidentally set the item to andesite funnel. Here we're actually using andesite tunnel to split the charcoal coming out, we want to make sure it is set to split. Here, we're going to do a little bit of math. We want this to output at exactly 36 items, because what's going to happen is it's going to divide that by 9, so 4 are going to go into each basin here, producing exactly 1 coal. To other basins, we do just need a bunch of presses, all linked together. We can take that and put a belt on the end to go ahead and power those. Alright, we've configured this with a vault here with just 1 output set to exactly 9, so that way it's exactly on block, and it'll come out to here. We can go ahead and turn this on, so everything's gonna bonk away. Once we get through our backlog, we'll actually be able to see how much slack we have, and if we need to scale this up at all. Alright, we've now gotten through our backlog, so we can see it's definitely slowed down a little bit. That's okay, because now we can begin on the next step. And this is going to be the production of actual diamonds. So this step is actually going to be very simple. We are literally just going to repeat this module right here. Alright, and with just the adding of our belt, we can turn this on and begin producing diamonds. See here, we are using a creative fluid tank. For create mod, you can actually use a bottomless pit of lava, which is just 10,000 blocks. If you want to see how to do that, it is in my power generation video, and I'll link that down below. You see here, you're now producing diamonds. I am waiting for us to get through our backlog, because then we're going to start calculating exactly how many diamonds an hour this is actually producing. So you can see currently we are making 2,800 diamonds an hour according to this. I don't know if that's accurate, but because we made this so scalable, we could scale it up, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So I've blasted in schematics of the module of the tree farm, and we have 45 of them. You can find the schematic in the Discord link down below, by the way. So let's see how we're actually doing. We're getting over 6,000 diamonds an hour. Not too shabby. I didn't adjust anything. Just this was really starting to pile up, but we are still not having any backlog. So kind of insane. Actually, see here we're producing over 240. It varies a bit because random tick speed, but around 200,000, a little over that, logs an hour, which it's just constantly changing. But it's producing a pretty buku amount of coal going into pretty steady iron production. Iron? No. Diamond production. Yeah, we get up to about 6,000 an hour. It very much, again, varies because random tick speed, your rate of tree growth is going to vary a little bit, but not anything too crazy. Of course, the schematic for this will be in the Discord link down below. We're not going to do all 45. It will probably just be either this 5 or just this 13 here. We'll see which end up, works better in the schematic. And I encourage you to build it in your world and share what you end up making. Now, does this accomplish our goals? In terms of power usage, it's actually very, very low stress. With 45 modules, we're only using about 25,000-ish stress, so pretty friendly in terms of stress, because the only thing that really uses anything is this down here. All of this doesn't use any stress whatsoever. It's, I'd argue, pretty efficient and very, very scalable. I mean, look at this. It kind of went nuts. Probably add layers going vertical too. So at the end, I hope you enjoyed this process of building this really insane diamond farm. If you did, go ahead and tell me what you thought down in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this, as well as survival crate mod. All right, thank you, and see you all next time. Bye for now.